Sebelum mulai, perkenalan dulu. Halo, nama aku Angelin Dwi Novita Sihombing, NIM 2510112143.
Halo, aku Alika Nila Mikaela dengan NIM 2510112165.
Halo, aku Amanda Maimuna dengan NIM 2510112216.
Halo, aku Dania Fazina Mila dengan NIM 2510112148.
Halo, aku Sheila Aznia Ramadhani dengan NIM 2510112114.
Halo, aku Seva Dwi Safira dengan NIM 2510112022.
Halo, aku Natasha Asfalfiza dengan NIM 2510112179.
Halo, aku Erti Sukayasi dengan NIM 2510112129.
Before we dive to the company cycle, let's get to know Sari Murni Tofu Factory first. Sari Murni Tofu Factory is a manufacturing company specializing in tofu production, established in 1995 by Mr. Iman, the founder of the company. At first, Mr. Iman just sold the tofu, but over time, he began producing his own tofu to sell. This company has been operating for decades and successfully maintained its existence. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the company has a significant impact on sales, resulting in a drastic decline on production. But currently, the company begins to stabilize. The sales and the production also continue to fluctuate. Sari Murni Tofu Factory produces several types of tofu, including Bandung tofu, white cut tofu, yellow cut tofu, steamed tofu, and also deep fried tofu. These various tofu products are marketed to several market segments, such as traditional markets, small traders, vegetable vendors, and also retail buyers. That's all for the company overview. Now let's get to the cycle.
First of all, we have the customers. And the second component, we have the owners. The owners is Mr. Nuryono and also his wife. They are the top managers of this factory. They have the controls to take the decisions, everything related to the production, related to the inventory, even related to the financials. And the third component is the finance staff. The finance staff here is Mr. Ahmad, the one who will record the transactions that happened from the customers that directly go to the factory to buy the tofu. And then the fourth component is the production. We can divide it based on what type of tofu that they are produced. And then the last component is the shipping component. So the shipping component is basically person, like a staff who will ship the orders to the traditional market. As I mentioned it before, that Mr. Nuryono and also his wife is the financial managers of this factory. So both of them are recording the transaction that happens throughout the day, and they are also recording all of the account receivable that they had. But both of them, between like the owners and also the consumers, has to have an agreement of the period of payment. Like for the examples, there is a customers that agreed to pay once in a 3 days, but there is also a customers that agreed to pay once in a week. Maybe this agreement is based on the capability of the customers to pay, and the owners giving the consumers the manual invoice that gifted through the deliveries, and also there is an invoice that when the period has ended. I would like to explain the next procedure. The second one, it is the small party consumers procedure. In this case, the consumers directly go to the tofu factory to buy the tofu. Mr. Ahmad will record the transaction on a paper with a handwritten, and then the order will be prepared by the production team, and then the customer usually pays it with the cash because like the order is only like a small amount. They usually pay in cash, and Mr. Ahmad will collect the cash until at the end of the month. At the end of the month, owner's wife will collect the money. She will calculated how much Mr. Rahmat has already collected from the sales revenue. She will compare it with the cash that Mr. Rahmat is given to her. That is also a form of internal control.
Is the document and system that has been used. The factory uses three main types of document. The first one is bon besar or large receipt. It's used to record daily sales for market vendors. It has a listing types and quantities of tofu being delivered with the total amount to be collected. The second is the sales note or nota penjualan. It's used for direct factory sales handled by Mr. Rahmat, usually for small customers. It records individual transaction, but it's not have any information about the unit or total values. The third one is the delivery note atau nota pengiriman. It sends along with the tofu being delivered to the market. However, there is no acknowledgement copy signed by the receiving customer, meaning the factory has no proof of delivery from the customer side. The owner also maintains a manual ledger to track accounts receivable, and invoices are gathered periodically. In terms of information system, the primary tool being used is WhatsApp. It's used for receiving order, delegating text, and sharing photos of raw material stock. And there is no digital system in use. All financial records are managed entirely by hand.
I would like to talk about risk and also the internal control. So first, the risk. They have a risk of loss where everything is informed through the WhatsApp and the owner only forward the sales order to the internal group, and they don't have like a proper documentation of the sales order, so that if anything happened with the WhatsApp and the data has gone, they don't have any backup system. And the second one is no official sales order. And then the third one is lack of separation function. As we know that the owner here is the financial manager, is the owner, is the manager also of the production team, is also the finance and also the accountant, so that their staff is only like an operational staff, and the list of the work is being done by the owner. I found that the internal control of this factory is quite weak. I found that the recapitulation is only done at the end of the week by the wife of the owner for the Mr. Rahmat's record, so that within the week Mr. Rahmat actually has a lot of opportunity to do the fraud. And then beside that, in the majority, all of the process is done in manually, so that maybe there is a possibility of misstatement.
Based on our findings, we now present 3 system development recommendations for Sari Murni Tofu Factory. The first recommendation is to implement a formal sales order system, either printed or digital, for every customer order. Each form must include a unique order number, customer name, date, product type, quantity, unit price, and total value. This will eliminate the risk of lost orders and provides a clear reference for invoice preparation. Next recommendation is to develop a centralized digital database. All sales transaction, invoice payment, and outstanding balance should be recorded electronically in one system, not scattered across WhatsApp chats and manual notebooks. Regular backup should be performed to prevent data loss. A simple starting point would be Google Sheets or a free app like Buku Kas or Buku Warung.